And we would love it if President Trump was in attendance.
In the words of the late, great Bob Cole, oh, baby, tonight it is Team USA versus Team Canada in the Four Nations Face-Off final, and Donald Trump is raising the stakes. So I'm going to get to his recent message for Team USA, Team USA's reaction to that, as well as Team USA's GM and his recent appearance on Fox News, as well as my prediction for tonight and some other thoughts around this. So there, of course, has been a lot of politics floating around this tournament. This is in case you're not familiar, Four Nations Face-Off is a one-off mid-season tournament. It hasn't happened before. This is the first time and only time, likely because of in the future there's going to be tournaments, but they're going to include more countries. This was about Team USA, Team Canada, Finland, and Sweden. And as expected, Team USA and Canada are in the final that is going to be live tonight in Boston, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you watch. So this gets to what's sort of been, I wouldn't say overshadowing, but fueling a lot of the emotions around this tournament. That is, of course, Donald Trump. His recent threats towards Canada regarding tariffs, regarding the annexation, calling Canada potentially, he wants it to be the 51st state, calling Prime Minister Trudeau a governor. Again, imagine the scripts were flipped. Canada was, a military superpower, and we're calling the president a premier. We're calling the United States the potential next province. Like, imagine what the emotions, the reaction would be. So all the booing that's been going on at the U.S. anthem, not just at this tournament, but even before this at NHL games, is completely justified. All of the anger that many Canadians feel towards the U.S. government is completely justified. Yet somehow Team USA is trying to use this to fuel them. When I'm not sure if they realize it, but they're the Soviets in this situation. Going back to, the Miracle on Ice when it was Team USA against the Soviet Union. They're the bad guys now. This is not surprising, or I should say it should not be news to anybody involved, but they're not the good guys in this situation. Even many Americans are aware of that. But I want to showcase first Trump's message here on Truth Social, where he said, I'll be calling our great American hockey team this morning to spur them on towards victory tonight against Canada, which with far lower taxes and much stronger security, already he's using this as an opportunity to push his agenda. Interesting how he's not just talking about the sport, but literally using Team USA to his advantage, which far lower taxes and much stronger security will someday maybe soon become our cherished and very important 51st state. I'll be speaking before the governors tonight in D.C. and will sadly therefore be unable to attend, but we will all be watching, and if Governor Trudeau would like to join us, he would be most welcome. Good luck to everybody and have a great game tonight. So exciting. President Donald J. Trump. So he did indeed call Team USA. They posted this image saying Team USA received a call from the president this morning to wish them luck ahead of tonight's Four Nations Championship game. Interesting how they didn't post the video. It's not like it's a secret. Oftentimes there are videos shown of, this important person, whoever it is, a politician, celebrity, whatever, is calling you, or they're in the room hyping up the team. They often will post videos, not just USA Hockey, but generally. Teams will share the videos of what they said. Not doing so here. Why? Why aren't you proud of your president? Why don't you show us all what Donald Trump said to you? So we're gonna have a little hint of what he said in a bit here, but it's clear because Trump clearly said some things that may not be viewed kindly, and more than likely, Team USA or USA Hockey doesn't want to show the reactions to some of the players in the room when Trump was saying some of this insane crap. So, as Claire points out here, I hope they know that he actually doesn't care about them or their success at all, and he's only doing this because he's exploiting their usefulness in his rhetoric about Canada, but that's probably too hard for a lot of them to comprehend. Case in point, JT Miller on Trump's call. So JT Miller, of course, a player for Team USA, saying here, quote, "It was so awesome to get his support. It's a pretty big deal for him to take time out of his schedule to talk to us for 5 minutes. It's just another one of those things where we're kind of pinching ourselves this tournament. pinching ourselves, or as JT Miller prefers, punching himself in the face. This was this was during this was one of those 3 fights that happened at the beginning of the last game where he literally punches his helmet off of his face. Okay. Hey, look, I'm not gonna. You got the balls to fight, just generally on a sheet of ice. You know, I will give you credit for that bravery, but doesn't mean I like your politics. Time out of his schedule. Yes, Donald Trump is very busy. As you know, he's enjoying another round of golf. In fact, this is incredible. I didn't even. I shouldn't have been surprised by this, just because of what he did in his first term, which I'll get to in a second. But this is amazing. Despite Doge budget cut crusade, Trump has already spent $10.7 million of taxpayer money on golf trips. So that has amounted to essentially 24% of his presidency so far has been spent golfing. He just got in. So again, not surprising, as it's about his average. He spent almost a year of his presidency the first time playing golf. So about a quarter of his time on the golf course. It makes total sense that he's doing that this time. Now, these are, I got to share this. This clip is great. This is Haley Wickenheiser after Team Canada, Women's Team Canada, beat the U.S. a few years back. And here were her comments on that at the time.
Haley, have you ever seen any penalties? In my life, I've never seen anything like it.
It was absolutely atrocious, but you know what? The Americans had our flag on their floor in the dressing room, and now I want to know if they want us to sign it.
Absolutely. Those are the vibes going into tonight. Now, Michael Russo, reporter here, shared this. I asked Guerin, so that's Bill Guerin, who is the GM of Team USA. I asked Guerin if President Trump talked to the USA players about making Canada the 51st state. Quote, a little bit, but I would try to focus on the message that he was giving us. I've said it before, we're here to play hockey. This is not a political forum. This is a hockey tournament, and he's just trying to be supportive in the best way he could, and we appreciate it. Yes, not a political forum. This is the same guy that invited President Trump to come watch the game. Here is Bill Guerin on Fox News.
And we would love it if President Trump was in attendance. We have a room full of proud American players and coaches and staff. And listen, we're just trying to represent our country the best way we can.
Ah, yes, not a political forum, but please, Mr. Trump, dear leader, please come watch our game, please. And of course, he will not, because Trump does not care. Oh, I got to speak to the governors or something. Probably got a round of golf going. So Rachel Dory made a great point here. Great if Bill Guerin to lead the charge in hijacking the story of the Four Nations tournament final to a political discourse instead of what the U.S. was originally doing, winning for the Goudreau family. Well done, Bill. Instead of celebrating that, a bunch of right-wing chuds have made it a political pissing contest. Excellent leadership. So Johnny Goudreau, just before the beginning of the NHL season, sadly, tragically, passed away while he was on his bike. He was hit by a car, him and his brother. And that was originally for good reason. I mean, the fuel going in for Team USA. Donald Trump, aided by people like Bill Guerin, have instead hijacked the whole narrative for Team USA to make it about Canada, USA, about the politics of it. When again, if you're looking at the politics of it, they're the bad guys. So, okay, I guess if you want to own it as being the villain here, go right ahead. But you probably have some better motivation to go to. Now, let me get to my prediction before I share as well. I spoke with Rick Strom. We had a fantastic discussion on tonight's game, so I will link to that below the video. And we discussed other issues as well, but check it out. But my predictions on tonight. I, of course, want Canada to win. My worry is the goaltending. There really is. These are two evenly matched teams in many ways. Team USA has a great team. Team Canada, fantastic. The real difference is in goaltending. Hellebuck for the U.S. is the top goaltender in the league. Meanwhile, Team Canada went with seniority. So they chose a guy who he won a cup a few years back, is not really that stellar anymore. And there were some better options out there. Logan Thompson, the goalie for the Washington Capitals, who's I believe that their team is still first in the league, would have been a fantastic choice for Team Canada. Darcy Kemper of the LA Kings would have been another good choice. Binnington is not the goalie he once was, at least was during his run with the St. Louis Blues. So I'm a little worried about that. That said, Canada also only scored 1 goal in the last game against the U.S., and they're going to have to score more goals if they're going to win the game. So I think it's going to come down to goaltending. If Binnington is able to pull out some big saves and not let in any soft ones, then I think Canada can win. Otherwise, I'm a little worried. I will say the one potential silver lining for me personally, if Team USA were to win, is that Austin Matthews, captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, is also captain of Team USA. And I would want him to have a big night. If they're going to win, then he better have a big night. And then I won't feel as bad about Team USA winning. But apart from that, I hope to God Canada can pull this out. I hope the good guys win tonight. But we're going to find out. These are 2 great teams. Make sure you watch it tonight.